Okay, this is part 2 of volume of prisms and cylinders. So let's finish up. We have a couple more prisms. This first one right here, if we look at the base, it is a hexagon. And so I'm going to go ahead and draw that here. What we have to remember about the area of a regular hexagon is it's 1/2 AP. And the apothem goes from the center, and the radius cuts this angle in half, and this angle is 120, and so when we cut it in half we create a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So hopefully by now you've got that down, that if this side is 8, half of 8 is 4, and this is going to be 4 to the square root of 3. Sorry I didn't draw that very well, but it's 4 to the square root of 3. So this is going to be 1/2 times 4 to the square root of 3. And then the perimeter, if each side is 8 and there are 6 of them, is going to be 48. So we're going to multiply 48 times 4 times 1/2. And so that will be 96 to the square root of 3. And so 96 to the square root of 3 is the area of the base, which is a regular hexagon. Now we know that the formula for the volume is area of the base times the height, and so here is the height of our prism, 11. So we have 96 to the square root of 3 times 11. So make sure you just multiply the 96 times 11, and you get 1056 to the square root of 3. And that is the volume of that hexagonal prism. So now we have another one just like it. And you should pause and try and do this one yourself. Let's go ahead though, and again we have a regular hexagon. So you should know by now that when we cut this in half, the apothem is going to be 3 to the square root of 3. So we have 1/2 times 3 to the square root of 3 times the perimeter. Each side is 6, and there's 6 of them, so that is 36. So we have 36 times 3 times 1/2, and that is going to be 54 to the square root of 3. And so area of base times the height is 54 to the square root of 3 times the height of the prism, which is 12. So 54 times 12 is, let me do that again, 648 to the square root of 3. And again, these are in cubic units, so this would be cubic meters. Okay, I think that is the last of the prisms. So now we're going to go to the cylinders. Well, the cylinders have the same formula. So we can say area of the base times the height, but what you want to probably do is think of the area of the base. Well, the base is a circle, so I usually change this to pi r squared times the height, because the area of the base of a circle, or the area of a circle, is pi r squared. So the base here is pi r squared. So we have pi times 3 squared, so 9 pi. And then we just have to multiply that times the height. So 9 pi times 7 is 63 pi. So these are usually pretty straightforward. All right, let's look at the quick check. Again, you should pause this and try and do it yourself. But these are cylinders.